Yeah, let's talk about H2O. Let's talk about aqua for a minute. H2O, water, you know, whatever you want to call it. In the state of Maryland, it's a problem going on. I was reading this article as far as uh, the school systems. The schools they have lead-based pipes. Let me tell you something, people. Whenever you running water through the water mains and stuff like that, because I'm a plumber by trade, and every few years you got to change that piping, and it's a clear case of a negligence and uh, the water sewer administration, WSS, WSSC, something like that. Um, they're not changing the pipes. Some of those pipes almost like some of those old piping systems like almost 100 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's pitiful. Or 50 or 40 years old. You got to change that stuff because at a period of time, those pipes turn into it corrodes and the water becomes unpure to a certain extent. So it's a clear case of negligence, and this is why these things are happening in the school systems, in Maryland. And one thing I must add too to the situation is when I was up in Pennsylvania for a short stint, staying up there in PA, State College, I seen a lot of plumbing work being done, as far as commercial plumbing and bringing old systems out. Like at State College, they put PVC, they put plastic PVC mains in the ground, plastic mains. They took the old cast iron out, you know, and they put plastic down there, which I think was a good move. So it's a lot of things as far as the infrastructure need to be done within these certain places around America. And see, this is where the greediness begins because there's a lot of guys that can be employed in those fields, but they're so greedy they don't want to employ a lot of folks. They want to keep a rack of money for themselves. And one is that's in it is all good, but they know it's a lot of work that need to be done. And everyone thought Flint, Michigan had a problem. That's nothing new. There's a lot of places they're not talking about that got corrosion in pipes and people drinking dirty water don't even know it. That's why I urge y'all to get those. Uh, Go to Home Depot and get those water filters to put on your faucet tap. So when it gets purified before it comes out the faucet to speak. Or it's two ways you can get it. You can get it on the faucet tap, or you can get it up under the right there where the angle stop where the valve at. When you turn your water off at, you can hook it on the bottom piping. I'm talking about the inlet, the water coming in. You gotta be careful. You don't hook the dang on because you might hook it to the waste. That's DWV copper pipe. You gotta hook it on the water that's coming in, not the water that's going down, not the pipe that takes the waste out. You know, you got water coming in, you got water going out. You got fresh water, then you got DWV. That's the water that go down your drain. Excuse me, that's the drain. I mean, not DWV. Yeah, yeah, DWV. I'm right. Drain waste vent. That's what that means. Drain waste vent. That's your copper piping or your PVC piping. Drain waste vent. That's the water going out. That's the waste garbage disposal and all that. Don't put it where the garbage. Don't put it on there. Put it on the opposite. That's the water coming in. Um, a little plumbing knowledge for y'all. But like I was saying, there's a lot of systems that need to be upgraded. So get you out some filters and go to the store and get you some purified water. You know, your Dead Parks and your other different brands of water. And go ahead and get your H2O from the supermarket and stuff like that. Because that water you're getting out the tap, you taking a chance. And the old-fashioned way is good too. Boil your water. Boil it much as you can. Boil it. If you can't afford, you can't get tired of buying bottled water, boil it for a couple hours, and then freeze it up. Let it sit, then drink it. You know. And I'm about to get off here soon. Always, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Not a little secret. I'm gonna tell you something you need to know. You ever notice when you got a dog or a cat, you try to give them fresh water out of the hose, they don't drink it. That should tell you something. They don't drink it. They let it sit to the next day or something. They don't drink that water. They'd rather drink a puddle of water in the street to drink that. Now that should tell you something. Even the animals know. When you put that hose on and pour it in the bucket, they do not drink that water. And I'm gonna tell you another thing about nature. You buy some fish, you get a fish tank and pour water from the tap in there, and you throw those fish in there, they die. Gotta let that water sit for 2 or 3 days, then put fish in there. That should tell you something. There's chemicals in there. Anytime you put fish in the water, I'm talking about when you put that water in there fresh out the tap and you throw fish in there, it's like acid. They die. Next day, fish floating on top of the water. That should tell you something. Nature, take notice of nature. Those are the signs. I've been knowing this for a while, so I'm just giving y'all some knowledge, some hidden knowledge, if y'all never noticed it, about fish and animals when it comes to water from the tap. They're telling us something. There's something wrong with it. So with that, I'm out.